A very good morning. A very good morning, everyone. On behalf of Om Sterling Global University, I, Ondula Bhattacharjee, welcome you all on the fifth and the final day of the 5 days faculty development program organized by IQAC Om Sterling Global University, Haryana, in collaboration with Vash College, Bhiwani, Haryana, on quality and technological enhancement in teaching and research. I welcome all the dignitaries and our resource person of the day, Dr. Nishikant, Professor of BIT, Mesra, Ranchi. Our worthy Chancellor, Dr. Puneet Goel, sir. Our Chancellor, ma'am, Dr. Poonam Goel, ma'am. Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Dr. N.P. Kaushik. Pro Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Dr. Rajendra S. Childar. President, Vash College, Bhiwani, Shri Ajay Gupta. President, Principal, Vash College, Bhiwani, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Goel, distinguished guests, experts, fellow teachers, researchers, scholars, and my dear colleagues from Om Sterling Global University, and greetings and congratulations to the organizing committee of OSGU. I extend my gratitude towards Professor Dr. Mohendra Punia sir, Dean Curriculum OSGU, for such remarkable efforts to enhance the intellect among intellectuals. It is a pleasure to welcome you all to the Om Sterling Global University, a progressive thinking of higher learning that meets your aspirations. As Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam rightly said, teachers have a great mission to ignite the minds of young. OSGU always strive to achieve excellence in education with the objective to bring glory to our nation. We believe that the student must grow, be progressive, and achieve ultimate success, and the handholders are the teachers. Before starting the proceedings of today, I would like to reveal the journey of Om Institute to becoming Om Sterling Global University. It was in 2008 when OITM, that is Om Institute of Technology and Management, was established with the vision of providing quality education to the depriving society of nearby areas. The institute was started with only two courses, that is BTech and MBA. With the progressing time, the OITM was converted into OGI, that is Om Group of Institutions with various courses. In 2019, by the grace and blessings of Ma Saraswati, these efforts of OGI has taken a big leap in the form of Om Sterling Global University. It is basically a dream which has been dreamt by the visionary leaders and under the purview of superb leadership of global visionary, doctor and educationist, Dr. Puneet Goel, and source of inspiration, Dr. Poonam Goel. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for our visionary leaders. So, today's session will be on entrepreneurship and hospitality, which will be taken by Professor Dr. Nishikant Kumar BIT Mesra Rachi. But before handing over the mic to you, sir, I would like to give a brief introduction about Professor Dr. Nishikant Kumar. The educationist has a doctorate of philosophy in sustainable tourism under his cap. His tourism experience goes back over a decade before becoming an academician in the year 2008 at Birla Institute of Technology, Mesra, Ranchi. He was the in charge for almost 2 years in the Department of Hotel Management at BIT Mesra. His extensive investigation across a kaleidoscopic India to learn life's lessons make him feel today that he has best job in the world. A tiny hamlet in Chota Nagpur, that is in Ranchi, which is cushioned by all sides by famous cities like Kolkata, Bodh Gaya, and Varanasi, has influenced and inculcated in him the nature and simplicity of Santali, that is commonly known as Shautal, and melody of Tagore. He learned the knack of inbound tourism since 1997 onwards from Mercury Travels, Cox and Kings, Delhi Liberty International Tourism Group, Gurugram and Parag, Tina Travels, Kuala Lumpur ACME Tours and Travels, Delhi and Paris. He represented some of the international travel marts like WTM London, ITB Berlin, Top Resa Paris, CITM Beijing, SATE, Sate Delhi, TTM Ahmedabad, etc. A specialist in tour packaging, operations, marketing, tourism, planning, entrepreneurship, and alternative areas of tourism. He has good number of articles, research papers, books and books chapters to his name. An editor of a book who takes pride in thought-provoking deliberations in national and international seminars, workshops, conferences, etc. Other than this, his hobby is marathon running. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for Professor Dr. Nishikant Kumar. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Bhattacharjee, for the kind words. I hope I'm reaching to you.
You are audible, sir.
Okay, perfect. So, first of all, at the outset, I would like to thank Honorable Mr. and Mrs. Goyal and Professor and Dr. N.P. Kaushik sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Schiller, Pro Vice Chancellor, and the evergreen Professor Mahendra Punia, who has conducted the entire FDP so nicely. And I believe I'm the last speaker of this FDP. And in fact, the entire FDP, the entire, the concept of the whole faculty development program is all about the quality and the technological enhancement in the teaching research and research. So, as Ms. Bhattacharjee has introduced about myself, that I am the area from the tourism and hospitality, and today I am here to share some of my thought in terms of the research, quality research, in terms of the entrepreneurship, in terms of the technological advancement, how the hospitality and the tourism has achieved in the last so many years. So by the time I'm sure with all my esteemed speakers who has delivered their speech in the past few days, so as of now, you all know that the technology is all about it's a gift of the God. And in fact, after this gift, life is it is perhaps more easier for us that the way technology is changing our life in today life. And I would say that it's the greatest of the God's gift after life. In fact, this technology is a mother of civilizations, of arts and the science and so many other domains. So it has really certainly changed the way we live. Now, the technology, the research, what the present government and the entire world is now striving towards something new to happen, something new to achieve, something new to come, and which is beneficial for the society. What Ms. Bhattacharya rightly quoted about the APJ Abul Kalam, a famous thought that the technology and the knowledge should be imparted to the society. Undoubtedly, technology plays an important role in every sphere of life. Several manual tasks can be automated, and thanks to the technology, in fact, many complex and the critical processes can be carried out with the ease of the the help of the technology. And it has a really very fruitful area, very fruitful way to prove that how the so many methods have been traditionally replaced by the new method, and the use of resources like the digital simulation and the 3D models and a lot of other tools which had definitely helped the learners like you and us how to retain the information better, also to prove the more innovative thinking and share to the students, share to the scholars. So with every new technology and academic advancement, see, the industry only grows and opens more opportunities for the young aspirants, young minds, working professionals. And the transformation in hospitality is, due to the number of factors like globalization, in fact, localization, I would say, increased income, the disposable income, digitalization, technology, advanced, and easy to access the informations. See, the other key factor that has really accelerated the expansion of the hospitality and the education of the industry is something what we have evolved from inside. And among all the multiple technology trends replacing the education, digitalization has, I would say this has significant impact on the economics, business, and societies. So over the years, the hospitality education programs have really undergone with the quite transformations. We have seen the last couple of years during the pandemic, and the curriculum now focus on the building the strong foundation for the hospitality entrepreneurs by including the modules which really equip the students or the scholars with the relevant skills required to pursue their entrepreneurial journey. So I would say that they acquire business management skills. They acquire a lot of the managerial skills useful in running operations, securing the investment, delivering the quality services, managing the crisis, and building a long-term customer relationship with the help of this own skill. Now, along with this hard skill and the soft skill, see the programs now also empower our scholars and the student also with the very, very soft skill, including the critical thinking, the brainstorming, problem solving, interpersonal and the communication skill. So going to my own the domain that is the hospitality. Hospitality, we all know that it is the friendly and the generous way of the reception and the entertainment of guests, visitor or the foreigners. The best example of the hospitality is our own mother at home, who, without any selfishness, relentlessly she start, giving hospitality to family, friends, and all the guests. In the hotel industry today, what in fact under the hospitality we have a lot of a lot of umbrella stick. I would say that the hotel, resorts, airlines, transportations, the different types of fine dining restaurant chain, and so on. Now, having said this, the hotel industry, the technology is employed in every aspect of the business. Right from the surveillance to the security camera to the reservations and the point of sale system, meeting the matrices, property management software, and a lot many things. When the guests start inquiring about the any booking, so right from there to his checkout till getting his feedback, so all the guest cycle, I mean the guests checking in, stay, experience, enjoy, checking out, and then finally the feedback from the guest. So the entire guest cycle basically has a very, very significant impact of the technology, and almost every part of modern life is served by technology, and it has become formidable competitor in almost every industry. So thanks to the technology process and the simulation that we are now able to do the task more quickly, efficiently, and with the limited employees, and of course with overall the best effort. And the hospitality industry sector is shifting its perspective on the use of technology, and the entire hospitality sector is basically uh, committed towards the investing lot of innovations, lot of promises, lot of the technology in order to boost the customer satisfaction, customer the overall happy and joy. And to stay ahead of the competition, all the hotels, in fact, they're trying to have the much more innovative and more creative, the way how they think. In fact, when you talk about the allocation, happy to tell you that allocation for the tourism has increased in this budget almost by 48% in 2024-25. and the finance minister has really increased the allocation for the tourism sector by almost 2,400 crores in the interim budget. See, basically, what I'm trying to point out here is that the entire budget of the tourism sector has gone up by the almost 44%. Now, this highlights that how the everyone, not only the government, but the people from every walk, the people who directly, indirectly involved with the hospitality, are so concerned about our own services and the product. That how India is so beautiful in terms of the different hospitality product, and how it can be showcased to the different world, and not only to the different world, but in terms of the domestic, our focus is more into the domestic, that how the people from the South India can go to the North India, and from west to the east. The word entrepreneurship, which has attached very significantly with my topic and my today's discussion, it has now, more fashionable in the recent years with the emergence of, the dot-com companies. And but in reality, my esteemed faculties, the word began to be used much earlier. In I think before 2014 or so, and in the mid 80s, when the research began and when the topic were discussed, and when the work towards the management, economics, and psychology and the sociology were done in a way that it consists a lot of creative and innovative way by breaking the existing structures, and generate more business, more jobs, more market coverage, and innovations. In fact, entrepreneurship promotes the innovations we all know as of now, and we know that it creates a lot of employment opportunities, and of course contribute to the economic and social welfare of the society and the countries. See, the hospitality industry is a very, very pivotal role, very significant role, and it has a lot of impact in the economic growth of the country. Uh, we talk about India, and it has really performed so well after just the pandemic. The percentage of growth was more than 300% in terms of hotel, and in terms of the different product and the services. The best part is that in this entire scenario after the pandemic, just the post-pandemic, the lot of innovations have been taking place, and a lot of research has have already started in this area, that how we can actually showcase more into the tourism product and the services. In fact, there is a agreement among the researchers analyzing the topic that entrepreneurship is a skill that the younger generation must obtain the as one of the paper, and in fact, almost all the universities in India, so far the IPS is concerned, which is now highly focused on the quality, consistent quality throughout the year, and to the every university in India. So the IQSC more focus. In fact, not only IQSC, but the uh, the educational bodies, the nodal bodies, they have emphasized that there should be incubation center in every university. And the incubation center is very important for uh, not only the university, but also for us to understand the sense of the concept of incubation. And in this sense, the political and economic systems to try to generate more, conducive atmosphere, encourage more and more people to become entrepreneurs with only purpose of improving their lifestyle, their living conditions, and those of the society as a whole. And in addition, the traditional incubators have really increased by, I would say, more than 300%. And that has a very, very significant impact in terms of the more ideas, which confirms that how the importance of the social entrepreneurs within the nation, within the society, has created a lot of opportunity for the employment and also a lot of sense to create a lot of professional youngsters, professional entrepreneurs. So it is one of the most important, the way economic activities in a very country like us, which has an impact not only in the economic aspect but also the quality of life of the community. So as a teacher, as a faculty, our duty is definitely attach more scholars in the way how they can be more nurtured in terms of the innovation and more fresh idea and the development and the conservation of the entire uh, ecosystem of the entrepreneurs. So these economic impact can be definitely positive and negative. And the first, what you talk about the positivity is definitely focus on the more income generations, while the more significant negative impacts can be the insufficient infrastructure. But the present government is really trying their best to have the good quality of infrastructure, the public services and housing. And I'm sure that the effort of the present government over the infrastructure will definitely help not only the entrepreneurs but also the researcher that how we can actually start our journey from the generation to generation till next to the next 10 years or maybe 20 years. Now, the entire concept, what I have, talking about those technology innovations and the entire innovations which is taking place in the hospitality and how the entrepreneurs have significantly imparted their ideas. So the smart technology is changing from the homes we live in and how the cities are managed, the smart cities and so on. Now, as I said just now, that the hospitality industry is of no exception. In fact, in the many ways, the industry is leading the charge. In fact, in terms of the adoption of the smart businesses, you know, I would be happy to tell you that the entire whole world, when you talk about uh, the foreign exchange earning, so after the gems and jewelry and the ready-made garments, the tourism and hospitality is the most foreign exchange generation in the whole world. The 22, 23, as per the statistic source, say that almost 7.70 billion US dollar is the total foreign exchange across the globe. And of course, India enjoy in that things in terms of foreign exchange generation. So from operation to the guest experience and to the marketing, the technology has really changing and it offers a lot of cost saving and the revenue opportunities. And it is absolutely enable the hotel investors or the owners to reach to the new levels of profitability. And definitely, when you talk about the new ideas, the entrepreneurship and the research and the quality consistent, obviously, you in terms of the hotel, you first think about the smart energy management. See, we are the government of India is thirsting everywhere that the how energy can be optimized, how it can be have the more green energy. And likewise, the smart energy management system are more sophisticated, and this is a machine learning algorithm also is applied here, and where the scholars can be the faculties help that how it can be more optimized in terms of the energy consumption in the real time all around the year. So the smart energy, like saving is not in a way that some of the fastest payback periods in the industry is also visible. And the entire system of the smart energy, when we talk about applying in the hotel or in terms of the other side of the hospitality or in the fine dining restaurant, it have a lot of uses of Internet of Things, what you call it IoT, and it definitely, the I'll give you one example that when the Chetwal Hotels in the New York, the Puneet Chetwal is the owner of the Chetwal Group of Hotels. He actually had a lot of almost 1,300 lamps in the hallways and the common areas, and I think 80 rooms, and it has saved almost, I would say, 4,10,000 annual kilowatt hours, which is a very very significant, that how almost 90% of the reduction of the energy was done. So it's indeed a very great effort by the Chatwal Hotel. We saved a lot of energy consumption. And likewise, in India, other hotels, have also have started their own R&D department, which also which also showcase that how the hotel can use the RRR, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Now, when we talk about the innovation, when you talk about the research, so definitely one thing comes to mind that how the hotel always try to have a smart guest experience. I'm sure no hotel can operate without guests, and for the reason hoteliers can expect to see smart technology and further, this shape of the guest experience and the expectations. So not only the can guest data can be used, in the better accommodate the guest needs and their wants, but the idea is that it can also be used to automate the guest interactions throughout the stay, reducing the both friction of the points and the labor cost. So in this way, the smart technology will continue to make it possible for the hotels and to assume to predict that personalized several guest services based on the previous visit and aggregate the accumulated data, the guest data. And let me also tell you, when you're talking about the technology and the quality, then obviously the data, which has a very uh, vital role, and the data protection are also quite obvious. So one of the main benefits of the smart technology is now how this huge data and the safe data and makes it more actionable. But the gigantic shape of the data comes with a very big responsibility. Now we share uh, our information to the shopping mall, grocery shop, and the hotels. Have you ever thought that these data, what we share, how they are safe? See, the big data, as I said, that is a very big thing, but the responsibility is through lies to us and also to the hoteliers, that how they should keep the data safe and useful for only for the purpose of the stay or the other. See, the biggest concern around the big data and the necessary data is definitely alarming all of us. And in the recent years, we have seen the massive data breaches that have literally put hundreds of millions of the consumer at risk. And this is what is talk about the entrepreneurs, how they can keep the data so safe, and the technology has come to the play. See, as a price, I would say that the domination, and more importantly, we can expect that the solution providers and institution like us, institution like yours, institution like the third, which has a very important uh, focus on the technology, one can expect solution. who can actually guarantee the data product to dominate the market segments. And hotels now can use smart sensors, and they are using the apps to allow the guests to reserve the parking spots, advance visit and their space assigned before they check in the hotel. So these basically help hotels to save a lot of time, and in fact, some of the employer also they reduce manpower, and it offers the very appropriate upgrades. You know how they can the guests can feel that I've been upgraded in the room, and of course, if it is happen, so the personalized guest services can also be enhanced, can be augmented. Now, when you talk about the guest stay in the hotel, and when they have a seamless services, and the entire mood of the guest is so go as per their expectations. So obviously they have also felt that there are certain things like the technology has really synergized their experience, and these all happen because the hoteliers have understood the exact need and the want of the guest. In fact, we all know that when we talk about the technology, so we talk about the mobile room keys, we talk about the smart room services, we talk about the smart marketing practices with hoteliers. We also talk about the online reputation management today, and when you talk about the review system, when you talk about the rating system, that is very important nowadays because you and I and all of us, when we purchase something, we try to see the reviews, the ratings. We try to compare with the other product. So the hotels also online ratings can only help that how we can predict the future bookings. But the offer what we always think, and the value what we always look for in every product of the day-to-day life, or in fact more of the hospitality product. Definitely, the operations in the hotels uh, continue to invest in the platform that help them to monitor the online reviews, they manage their online reputation, and use the feedback to improve. So both the operational and the guest experience standards, and indeed the online reviews not only provide a source of direct feedback, but it also has impact on the property bottom line. And there are a lot of trends goes on now because the other smart technology such as the customer surveys, smart quality, some kind of the smart management play a very important role, very very significant in terms of the uh, key to become more innovative. And I would say that the key to smarter hotel operations is implementing the right technology that meets the guest expectations, and hotelier needs to identify that how these travelers have the better experience and the stay overall. Now, not only when you talk about the uh, quality assurance, when you talk about the care about the hospitality trends, so most hospitality trends that makes a difference to the operators are more and harder to spot because see, we all have seen that how the trends is going on, particularly in terms of the technology, and we have still talking about that importance of the hospitality, how it has thrived all the countries in terms of the economic uh, stability, and also in terms of the employment generation. So keep a track of these trend change and the entire hospitality domains. They need to evolve to remain more competitive and attractive to potential guests. And just now you said that with the marketing, keeping up the latest trends with give the hoteliers to the best possible chance of reaching their own target audiences, target customers. And of course, the technology helps them to doing a lot of faster and more accurately. See, it has also seen that when you talk about the personalization, personalization is a word for which the hospitality industry is trying hard to understand every single guest or customer's personal profile. And personalization drive by the rich guest data and all this data has to be analyzed in a very uh, significant manner that the outcome of the data should be able to reach at the customer's expectations. And if you go beyond their expectations, so obviously you create a wow factor in the hotel or in the hospitality industry. So this is what exactly the hospitality industry and the hotels are trying to achieve this. And for that, they are not only applying the new technology, but the fact of the matter is that they are also hiring the entrepreneurs to have more fresh ideas and in fact, the leveraging the customer data, as I just said about the data and the technology, is to initiate the customized offering and personalization that could really help to make them more relevant. But there are some industry experts they advocate that personalization somehow have some suggested solutions that tend to be more related to selling the upgrades or maybe improving the online marketing. But it's not about trying to upsell the guests. It's not about add-ons, but it's about providing a memorable, experience to the guest, and that has a long-term impact, long-term impression. Like when you talk about the uh, hospitality, it also says that how it has impacted a lot. Now, there's a potential development driver that how hospitality and the entrepreneurs they're going hand to hand. See, when you talk about the sustainable livelihood, when you talk about the poverty elevation, when you talk about the uplift of rural artists, uplift of the rural artisans, empowerment of the woman, when you talk about the improvement of the urban and rural infrastructure, when you talk about the better image, quality of life, attitude of the people, revival of traditional crafts, heritage conservations, conservation of natural resources. These all are some of the area where the entrepreneurs are working very, very hard with the technology that how the entire heritage of India can be conserved. And you see that I'll give one example. That's a beautiful thing of women empowerment and the creativity. ITC hotels have one EVA floor. Now, EVA floor is dedicated to a floor which allows only women to stay in the hotel. So almost all the ITC hotels, when you go, you'll find EVA hotel, EVA floor. Now, this is the idea which is so appealing to the women that they are safe and they're exclusive for their only for female. So, isn't it a very good idea that how a hotel can also think about this? Now, the showcasing your own monument, showcasing your own heritage, and the lady is leading to the entire group, showcasing and guiding, or talking about the entire history. That's one of the most beautiful way to experience. The very small folk dances of the remote areas, the remote villages, that is highlighted to the international tourists, to the international people, that how these small, uh, hidden folk dances and the folklores are showcased, can be exposed, and that becomes the talk of the entire city. So when you're talking about the heritage conservations, and you're talking about the the revival of the traditional crafts, it really helps that how you're talking and how you are taking the help from the entrepreneurs to give you a right technology and how it can be preserved, how it can be protected. And you're talking about the sustainability. A sustainable livelihood is the most, the coined word, most word which is used in every platform across the globe. And this is what is very, very important here to talk about that how the technology can actually uh, help to understand and could give the balance of the environment, socio-cultural and economic domain into a single platform and make it more sustainable to the people of the villagers and people of the people area where they are not exposed to the world and they know that how the entire places can be also showcased in terms of the tourism, in terms of the hospitality. And we all know that just now I talked about the infrastructure. So infrastructure also has a lot of different components. Like when you talk about the public, it has highways, it has the airports, urban infrastructure and power. When you talk about the private, it has a hotel, travel agencies, tour operator, dealers, and handicraft stores. Now, when you talk about private partnership, it has a like a lot of airports which has built in the collaboration with the public and the private uh, collaborations and in heritage properties. Definitely, circuit development is also have been done. A lot of online technology has also been given the synergy that how, with the help of the technology, you can also think about more uh, fresh ideas in terms of the infrastructure. And when you talk about the different advantages of hospitality, different trends in hospitality, so as I just told you that it has a very significant uh, contribution to the GNP and the GDP, and also has a lot of stimulation in terms of the infrastructure development, and can also have the local products and resources, and also have a different, creates a bring to different diversity in the economy. It also increases the government revenues, and the improvement of the quality of life related to the higher level of income has definitely improved the standard of living. So when you talk about the dynamic pricing and the say of the living of the this living in the society, and when you talk about the overall development of the country or the nation, so the hospitality has one of the important domain which always have a first hand to raise and first uh, one to contribute. So these are some of the probably hundreds of more fresh ideas that how these have become more fruitful in terms of the sustainability. Having said this, the technology also help you not only in terms of the uh, technology, but it also has lot of other things like when you have in the hotel the cross-selling opportunities, and when you have advanced analytics using the data analysis for the pricing and demand forecasting across the revenue system, and then you have also the customer focused strategies, of course, with the help of the technology, and it has a mobile integration. It has a personalization, like AI and the data analysis, and of course, it has a chatbots, which is the latest buzz, and it has a efficient 24/7 customer service. The hospitality sector is and making it essential to keep the latest hospitality technology trends, and it has also a lot of process reduced cost, and it has a lot of you know way to improve the customer experience delivery. And the latest technology trends, what is happening in the hospitality, is that I would like to talk about something. Some of them is that how the technology and the entrepreneurs have helped to automate the waste management in the hotels, which is which was one of the most the burdensome for the hotels, that how to dispose it. We also have the voice search and the voice control, like how it has eased the hoteliers to understand and have a quick solution for any queries or any difficulties. Contactless payments, that we don't need to just go one to one. It's all about the UPI and online payments, and innovations in more how the payments can be more easy and accessible. We also have robots in the hotel and restaurants. We also have robot chefs, which is quite interesting. We have a chatbot, and we are using the chat GPT. We are using the mobile check-in. We are using the Wi-Fi 6, which is the third generation or the latest generation of the Wi-Fi, the fast way how to connect the internet. And of course, we talked about the big data analysis. And see, the data analysis, why I'm emphasizing, because the data is so much to reveal and so much to protect and so much to talk about, that these are something which is uh, very, very hospitality. And the entrepreneurs, they are trying to understand that how these can be protected, and how the data are so important that can help not only to understand the need of the or the want of the guest, but also it empowers them to have more excellent services, and of course the way how they can think about those services. So talking about the entire domain of hospitality and entrepreneurs, we talked about that how the different advantages of hospitality we have, that reinforces the preservation of heritage and traditions. It also have justified the sustainability of the environment, protection and improvement. It also has the a lot of recreational facility to the tourists, and also it breaks down the local language barrier, and socio-cultural barriers, and also the class barriers, racial barriers. Now, these also have some advantage, that how it has to create a lot of good image, the travel worldwide for the destinations, and not only in terms of promoting the local community, but international also has create the understanding and the peace. And having said all those, there are a lot of opportunities in hospitality to add the value. These components are very, very intact and very comprehensive, that the uh, tourism grows at a destination, and that we demand for the services, and that is why the opportunity bring more scope for the entrepreneurs to come and get their own ideas, and by connecting the deeply with the rest of the world, not only through the business and diplomacy, but also through the culture and tourism. India has carved a distinct position for itself and in the whole world. I would say there are three qualities that stand out the India people, that are patience, tenacity, and the burning ambition. So basically, there are attributes that have characterized Indians and helped our civilization thrive for the centuries, and that is why we are going ahead with far ahead with the other countries. And today, hospitality has a regular, organized, and reoriented promising industry, having a flow of human contacts. The entire gamut of the travel and trade activities, that looks to have a combined adventure with the element of tourism, and of course the exciting opportunity for the entrepreneurs. And today, India has many opportunities for entrepreneurs. One has to boldly look for the new product, and The result would be most rewarding with a massive wealth. One can also contribute to the development of the nation and the city and the society. So when you talk about the different ideas, when you talk about the different domain, so obviously it's I would like to just give one example of the J.W. Marriott when he started way back in 1926 with a small root beer in the US, and from there in 1950s he started his own hotel, and now who doesn't know about the Marriott Group? So, starting from the root where and reaching out to the entire Marriott empire, it's a journey how a young mind entrepreneur during 1920s started his journey and have reached up to the entire whole the empire of the Marriott. Likewise, a lot of examples are there for the in terms of entrepreneurs in hospitality industry. But the point here is that the entrepreneurs is uh, it is a area it offers a creative yet and but the best part is that it is a more viable and it should give a viable solution to the society needs. That is the more main motive of the entrepreneurs. See, having all the entire uh, idea of the orientation is that how the value system, the culture work has gone up with the whole game of services, and the concept starts from the entrepreneurs, then the innovative creation, then goes the person of action, and then object. So what we have to look is that existing and the potential tourist markets and the cost and convenience that travel to the area. You have to think about the accessibility to tourist destinations like the air, road, water, etc. And of course, the competing the destinations like the Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and the Goa, and the competing businesses in the same file. We also have to see the political stability and the community sentiments on the tourism. And very important part is that organizational and the financial capabilities, the public safety, security, public health, sanitation, and hygiene. It's quite obvious that how and what does it take? See that the take is that how you have to be a more critical and the creative thinker, how to be a goal setter, how it helps with the decision making capacity and human relationship and the communication, the management skill and the problem solving knack, the skill, and of course the initiative, the proactiveness. And this is all about how you see that the persistence, the concern, the commitment, and the efficiency, the self confidence, the assertiveness, your perseverance, these all are some of the most important, the skill, the most important entrepreneurs can always have the competencies. The entrepreneurs introduce a new product or services into the marketplace and discovers new resources or the new use for the old resources. Therefore, the new technologies and open the new markets. And all these happen when you have something in your mind. It ignites your mind. Now, all these skills, what we can think, what a professional can think, what a youngster can think, do we have in it, or do we have in you? So something which is unique inside you, and you have to exhibit, to expose, you have to identify those uniqueness, and that's what we are uh, talking about the consistency. We are talking about the technology and how it can help that with the consistency and with the innovation it can be achieved. There are a lot of other way how you think of the innovations and the creative ideas is how you look on the quality and the research. Can we have the next slide? Yeah. Is that audible? Yeah. Am I audible to all of you? Ms. Bhattacharya, am I audible?
Yes, 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 sir, you are.
So I was just talking about that how the technology has enhanced the way what we think, and of course the successful application of educational technology has relies completely on the balance between the that can actually achieve the overall learning of the students or the scholars, and that can be enhanced. Talking about the other part of the quality assurance, when you talk about the new technology, when you talk about the consistency, so of course we talk about the hotel and the entire concept of hospitality. You talk about the uh, how the different tourist spot is being showed, exhibited, showcased with the help of the road shows and so many things. Now here the there are some latest technology within uh, the premise the hotels that can adopt for making better services and a better marketing tool. And these tools, these investments are very important because as of now that this IT plays a very crucial role. And according to the lot of research, it says that the there are definitely four primary components. That is the front desk, the back office, and the restaurant and the banquet management system. Of course, the four core areas and the entire uh, inventory management, the reservations, the back office applications. These are something which is focus for the RMS and the employee friendly point of sale, and also talk about the different kind of quick service restaurants. Those are the area where you have a very fair, uh, you know, point to create something. And even while most hotels provide the telephone booking and reservations, this technology has progressed much beyond now. And when you talk about the revenue, so talk about the yield management. When you talk about the reservations, talk about the centralization system, CRS, and online booking systems. You talk about the modern example of the e-distribution systems, and you talk about the high-tech computer systems, and that also, you know, helps the way how you think, how you have the creating novel ideas and products, but also for the preserving the status quo. See, when you're talking about the electronic computers that have been widely used for the business, and these are the computers have influenced more into their, the agents like the intermediary, the travel agents, the customers, and many alterations and many upgradation have been doing occurring. In fact, there are difficulties where you have a lot of high definition televisions has come up, and you have to install in the hotel room, and with the help of the wireless system. And in fact, I have to tell you that there are hotels like Marriott, they introduced the Apple iPod to their guests. In fact, some of them are giving the Apple Watch to have all the things can have as a work as a self-help. They can order from the iPod. They can go for the self check-in, self check-out, and so many things. So these are something which is like luxury hotels are more likely to include the mirror televisions in the restrooms, the sauna and the pools. So these are something which is very, very innovative, and It has evolved with the strategic resources for the given business, which is an like edge with the respective markets. And since the technology has been seen as a very significant impact and the benefits in the competitiveness, so the entire hospitality industry has heavily depend on now the technology to boost the staff productivity, the efficiencies, and of course the enhance the customer happiness and the satisfaction. So here the point is that selecting the right and the appropriate technology is the most challenging in terms of the current uh, technological advancement. And in order to keep their customers happy, hotels must ensure that their visitors have a very positive experience with the technology provided. And in particular, I would say that the business travelers who are only in the town for a short period of time stay may not have the time to learn and master the sophisticated procedure. But the key to successful in room technology is to keep everything as a straightforward, make it simple, and user friendly if possible. See, in addition to that, the visitors who are equipped with the most recent gadgets are more inclined towards the tweeting, Facebooking, and Instagram. But the positive state of the hotel is that the technology must help and must have be designed with the guest in mind. And you cannot help but influenced by the technology in that way that despite of all the fact that the IT has always played a crucial role in the employee and in the hotel industry and all the four core areas of the hotel. So there is still a lot of room for the growth in the widespread adoption of for the new innovations, new technology like the social media website and digital menu boards, the quick response codes, maybe the iPads, and the SWEM restaurant group also have already embraced this the positive outcomes, including the improved customer services and also the noticeable uptick in the income. But all I would say that these innovations have created a lot of buzz in the entire hospitality industry by using all those technological advancement. And in addition to working with the entire technology, the team within the entire organizations have to create and implement the plan. The leaders also have to solicit the input and the feedback from the broad range of influencers, the general managers, the HODs in the hotel, and all those have very significant role. Now, as a teacher, the leaders, the experience also use the technology to support the learning, the professional organizations, boards of education, knowledgeable members of the community, business leaders, cultural institutions, colleagues, and so on. They are stakeholders, and of course, the our parents are also the stakeholders. So the innovations also have a role to play among the stakeholders and how these can be achieved, this can be used, and how it can be reinvented. And the entire the gamut of this uh, area is just to have more significant way how to innovate those product and the services. See, among the innovation which I told you, the in-house R&D is a very fundamental, and it's quite obvious that it is a definite purpose for the innovations. So, India, almost every chain hotels and very brand hotel, they have their own R&D department in the hotel, and in fact, they do invest in the other innovation activities and the hospitality innovation firms without R&D have the research says that 50% of the revenue have decreased and meaning is that it has a lot of effect in terms of the service sectors in the house R&D investment. So this is also that Hospitality sector shows the lower number of each innovation activities, that how there are some single stand hotel, big hotel, and they are not still interested, but some interesting results also show that how the R&D in-house has a very, very significant role in terms of the service quality and in terms of the overall optimizing the revenue. See, the supporting system here also plays a very, very important role, and in comparison to the manufacturers and the other services companies, hospitality firms in the sample invest less R&D and more in the innovations activities, and here more likely to focus on the process innovations. So the when you talk about the innovations, so obviously the role of the entrepreneurs come very instantly, and thereby they can find some of the important opportunity you can actually have to the hoteliers or to the other domain of hospitality. So only companies with the innovative products are required to allocate their total sale of the following, and in the entire gamut of the hospitality also have the product and service innovations. So the entire point of discussion here is that the result of the entire uh, data, the what we have gathered in the whole exercise is that hotel companies supplement the internal R&D with other innovative activities, and the hospitality sector also shows that the lower numbers for the each innovations activity, and also it has been seen that the less innovative, and also found that hospitality industry is among the sectors which spend less on innovations, but they are more inclined towards the technology, that how it can fasten the process, how it can have more result oriented in terms of the service quality and the overall satisfaction of the customer. In some of the hotel, it has definitely shown that how these firms are so firm without the with the machinery and the IT innovations, and because of these, a lot of researches have been done, and it has been found out that the great potential of the disruptive technological innovations in the hospitality industry, and also the innovation focus on the combination of R&D and the non-R&D efforts, and definitely it is the most the surprising result, that how the performance has been improved with the help of innovations, and the challenges has been handled so nicely with the help of the technology. And as an example of this, such personal services like the hospitality services are expected to have low innovation performance, but the entire point of saying is that how these service providers innovate differently from the non-hospitality firms, more noticeable in hospitality, and it has a lot of special attention to pay, that how the innovation in the field of hospitality and the research has practice that is truly relevant to all these firms and the data in this class. So at the end, I would like to talk that I reiterate that the entire process, the entire guest cycle, and the entire gamut of the hospitality is all about the achieving the success and overall the satisfaction of the guests, and the consistent quality of the entire hotel, the consistent quality of the services, and of course the innovation of the technology has played a very important role, and the successful application of the education technology. I mean, when you talk about as a researchers, when you talk about as a the relation between the researcher and the guide or the teacher. So there has to be some balance between the education technology offered and the readiness of the students offered education technology, and how much the idea we have to exhibit, and only when these two parts are matched together, then only you can have oral learning for the student to enhance. And that's it from my side. If you have any question, uh, I'm welcome all the questions.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mr.
hello.
Bhattacharya, if you have any questions or anything to ask, I'm happy to uh, answer.
Sure, so sure. Just a moment. From the audience, online and offline, does anyone have a question? No. So, sir, I would like to take the privilege of asking a question. So my question would be like the travel bloggers of today, the people who do the travel blogging and travel bloggers of today, should we call them as the true entrepreneurs of the travel industry, and do they truly add something to the economy of to the Indian economy?
That's a very interesting question. And of course, they are the entrepreneurs, I would say, in terms of the idea innovations, that how a blogger can affect the tourist for the destination, or how a blogger can affect the overall experience of the hotel. Suppose if I'm going to plan a holiday with my family, and if I go through some of the review of the blogger and how it influenced my stay there or take the decision is very important. So I would say that yes, of course, they are act as a one of the entrepreneurs, and see in terms of the contribution to the economy, that will not be there. But yes, of course, the fresh idea, the innovation is of course there, and that influence the decision of the customers also. Yes,
Okay, but sir, don't you think that the travel vloggers, like being from the personality part side of point, like I personally, I'm a backpacker myself, so I like to travel a lot. So I have traveled the world, I have traveled India, I have traveled the world. But don't you think the perspective of a traveler completely depends from one place to the other? I mean, like the vlogging, the travel vlogger must have showed the place from his perspective or her perspective. I might not like it or
absolutely,
dislike it, like it or not like
absolutely,
it, right? So don't you think
absolutely.
that there can be kind of a difference of opinion, I would say, rather?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, this is what the beauty of the hospitality is, that it has a differentiation with the non-hospitality. We have the four characteristics: perishability, variability, and intangibility, and so on, the heterogeneity. So obviously, the idea, the decision, or the value, or the entire thought about the product may differ from the person to person. But the point here is that how overall you think about that particular product, how a tourist or a guest can take after reviewing the blog or after reviewing the entire information, and then how you take the decisions. So yes, there are many chances that the impact may happen or may not happen. But yes, there are researches have been shown that showcase that these bloggers, their decision have influence in the customer's mind
Yes,
in
of
terms of
course,
the
of
decision.
course. A lot of influencers, a lot of people are influenced to travel the world nowadays. So yeah, anybody else, does anyone else have a question? No. So I don't think there are any more questions, sir. So I do have a more couple of questions to ask to you, but I'll definitely get back to you on our email ID if it is not an issue.
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure.
Sure, sir. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for the enlightening session. I hope everybody online and offline enjoyed the session. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much once again to all of you, and it was wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.